welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bongi. Please do consider joining the fold by clicking the subscribe button. And to my returning subbies, welcome back. I'm just taking you guys so much. So we are back with another perfume review video, and this time we are doing things a little bit different. Okay, this time I'm going to be reviewing a Middle Eastern perfume and also telling you at the end whether it is the best dupe to the original one. Now you've read the title, you guys know already which perfumes I'm going to be telling you about. Okay, so the perfume I'm going to be reviewing is this particular one. This is Oud 24 Hours by Ard Al Zaafran. If you didn't know, Ard Al Zaafran is part of Latafa, and I'm going to be comparing it to the original by Tom Ford Black Orchid. Okay, I recently got this one a couple of months ago, and I am so happy that I was able to add it to my collection. And I'm just gonna say right now, this thing is not cheap. Okay, probably my most expensive perfume in my entire collection. Even though it's 30 mils, it's really expensive if you look at the price. Okay, anyways, we're not here to talk about the prices, we're here to talk about the juice. Let's get to it. So this to me is a spicy, woody oriental scent. Okay, it opens up with a dark bitter chocolate note accompanied by like a citrus accord. There is bergamot here, so I definitely do pick up on the bergamot. Other notes that I do pick up on this perfume, I pick up on the ylang ylang, the gardenia, the spices, the patchouli. I do pick up on a little bit of a vanilla, even though there's no vanilla listed on this perfume. I feel like on the dry down, especially on your skin, maybe around the hour mark, you do get this vanilla creaminess on with this perfume. Also, you do get a tinge, a tiny bit of powderiness, but a lot of like a musky note also on the skin. Okay, but yeah, the florals used here, the ylang ylang and the gardenia, to me come off as this like waxy, rubbery, like sweet rubbery note that does kind of like linger on this perfume. And I feel like they do soften up that bitterness of this perfume, and also soften up that aromatic vibe that I was getting in the opening. Also, another thing, the chocolate note here, for me personally, it does stay a long time. I feel like maybe after you've had it a couple of hours, now it starts changing. It goes from a dark chocolate to more of like a cacao powder, you know, that chocolate smell you get from cacao powder. I feel like that's what it translates to, but it still has that chocolate vibe, which I feel like for me, the combination of the chocolate note, the spices, is what give this perfume this rich, intoxicating, like sexy vibe. This is definitely beautiful. I do not regret getting this perfume at all. It is unisex in my opinion. Like, it's perfectly unisex. I don't feel like it leans either way. It's just at the right, like, you know, it's the right amount of sweetness, right the amount of darkness, richness. Guys, beautiful scent. So let me just quickly read off the notes for you guys. Top notes, we have dark chocolate, mandarin orange, bergamot. Middle notes, we have spicy notes, fruity notes, ylang ylang, gardenia, jasmine. Base notes, patchouli, sandalwood, agarwood, incense, amber. I do not get that mandarin orange at all. The fruity notes here, I don't really know what do they mean by fruity notes, but there is like this sweet fruitiness, but it's not predominant. It's just there. And I feel like, as I said, the florals just add like their own sweetness, so they kind of like covering up the fruitiness of this scent. And then on the base, the patchouli, as I said, it leans more earthy, it leans more woody than earthy. The sandalwood here, it just adds more to the woodiness. I prefer my sandalwood to have like a sweet creaminess, even though I did say I do get a bit of creaminess on this perfume. It's more like a vanilla creaminess than like vanilla and sandalwood creaminess, you know. And then the agarwood, I don't pick up on the agarwood. I don't know why they say there's oud in this perfume, because I do not pick it up at all. So if you were nervous about the note of oud, don't worry, you're not gonna pick it up at all. And then there's the incense note. I also don't pick up on the incense note. And then the amber note, I did say there is a little bit of a warmth with this perfume that's also accompanying those spices that I used. Okay, so let's quickly talk about performance. The first time I got this perfume, the performance was just really bad, but the longer I've had it for over a year, maybe even close to 2 years, and the performance has just been amazing. Okay, I get a good 8 to 10 hours. Like if I wear this at work, I'm good the whole day I'm at work. Okay, and then the projection, that first hour you've sprayed it, a good 2 feet, but the longer you have it, it does kind of like get a bit closer to you, maybe 1 feet, but it's definitely not a skin scent. It's definitely not like gonna create a bubble type of thing. People around you will smell this one. Also, this one right here was my winter scent the previous winter season, and every time I wore it, I got compliments, or I would get people asking me what I am wearing. Okay, so if you have this bottle and you didn't like the performance at the beginning, definitely let it mature, let it sit for a long time. Okay, because at the end, performance does improve like greatly. Okay, now let's get into how similar this one is to the original. Now off the bat, I'm just gonna say, to me they definitely similar, like maybe 85 to 95% similar. Okay, this Black Orchid does have some notes that this one doesn't have, and also everything in this perfume is so pungent and done so intensely and so loud. So I definitely feel like those two things, the strongness or the intensity plus the notes that are missing on this one, do kind of like separate them and not make them a one-to-one. So let me just read off the notes of a Black Orchid. Top notes is truffle, gardenia, blackcurrant, ylang-ylang, jasmine, bergamot, mandarin orange, amalfi lemon. Middle notes, orchid, spices, gardenia. Fruity notes, ylang-ylang, jasmine, lotus. Base notes, Mexican chocolate, patchouli, vanilla, incense, amber, sandalwood, vetiver, and white musk. For me, guys, in the opening, there's something tangy that's accompanying that chocolate smell with those citruses, and it stays a long time. And I'm gonna say that's the black currant. It's very tangy, very tart, and then in the mint, I get a burst of like this medicinal, fresh floral thing. And I'm gonna say that's probably the combination of the lotus and the orchid. Okay, because this perfume does not have orchid and lotus, and I can distinctively pick up on the lotus note. I'm not a fan of lotus because it's a fresh floral, so yeah, it's very strong in this perfume. It gives this perfume this like cooling effect, this fresh thing that it has that I feel like does separate it or does make it a bit different from this one. Also with this one, you pick up on the patchouli a lot mixed in with that vetiver. You do get like a burst of like this earthy scent that can come off as like dirty earth. To me, it comes off more like wet soil. Maybe it had rained a couple of hours ago and you smelling the wet soil. Also, this one is not as woody as this one. To me, this one is also not as sweet as this one. With this one, I get this sweet creamy vanilla scent. Here I don't get that at all, and this one has the vanilla note, whereas this one doesn't have the vanilla note at all. Another thing I want you to note down is that on this one, on my skin, around maybe the 2-hour mark, I definitely get the incense coming through, giving this scent like that burning smoke, like very warm burning smoke. But yeah, overall I would say this is sweeter, softer, more inviting, whereas this one is less sweet, very earthy, less woody, very pungent. Everything is intense. If you don't like patchouli, stay away from this. Also, the chocolate note here, it definitely stays the same. This perfume is definitely like complex. You can smell it right away that it is complex. There's definitely more going on with this one, and this one is linear. In my opinion, I definitely like the linearness of this perfume. Sometimes you don't want your perfume to be too complicated. You like your perfume to still have that opening throughout, and this definitely gives me that, whereas this one, it definitely does take you on a journey. Okay, but yeah, if you have this one and maybe you find it to be too pungent, too strong, maybe give this one a try, because as I said, this one is softer, more inviting. Also, another thing, this one does get me a lot of compliments, whereas the times I've worn this one, I've not gotten any compliments at all. Maybe because people find it to be too strong and not inviting. Maybe that's the reason why. Also, performance of this one, the first time I got it, I was so left underwhelmed with the performance. After the 4-hour mark, I could not smell this perfume at all. It left me very, very disappointed and wondering, did I just waste my money? But now that I've had it for a couple of months, the performance is very similar to this one, and I believe the longer that I have this one, is probably gonna get way stronger. The projection is gonna be maybe 10 times this one. Okay, because this one I've had almost close to 2 years. This one, maybe it's not even 6 months since I've had this one, and in that 6 months it has gotten to this performance. So just imagine after a year of having this one. Okay, but yeah, that is the review of Oud Al Zaafran, comparing it to Tom Ford's Black Orchid. If you have any of these perfumes, definitely leave a comment down in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts on them, and if you did enjoy this review, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.